Hello everyone, my name is Kriplayla. Today we back in PvZ Fusion Challenge. How many seed slots does it take to beat PvZ Fusion? This is part 3, the finale of this series. So if you haven't checked the previous 2 episodes, I put the links in the description. Anyway, let's just start this video. Now we're in the final world, the roof, which has slopes on half of the battlefield. Requires catapult plants to shoot over the slopes. And we're also needed flower pots to plant plants. But luckily every level already has some pots ready to use. And level 37 is done. Level 38. Now we have Pogo Zombie, which appears at the roof instead of fog. And somehow becomes quite annoying to deal with it. With having more speed, and wouldn't stop and eat plants. Makes it easily to pass through our defenses. And using cabbage pult, Pogo Zombie can just eat my brains. So I changed into Fume Shroom and Gloom Shroom, although it looks weird strategy-wise. But to Gloom Shroom's just barely enough for Pogo Zombie, which makes it quite close with this strategy. Barely beating this level with one lawnmower left. Level 39 doesn't has any interesting zombies, but we're unlocked Kernel Pult, which feels normal at first until... Yes, we have Cob Cannon. That able to create powerful explosion every some time. But we can give fertilizer to speed up the process. Kinda feels like illegal using this plant. And level 39 just beaten using corn missiles. Level 40, I would wanted to show this level normally. But since we have Cob Cannon, took me to 0.5 hours just to edit that. Level 41. Aside from Bungee and Catapult Zombie, now we have Mecha Nut Zombie. It is quite a ton of effects if you read it on Almanac, which makes it quite confusing if it's your first time encounter it. To put it simply, it's a walnut bowling that's on the zombie's side. It can roll, accelerate at the slopes, and crushing plants when on contact. Becoming a deadly rusher zombie, tearing defenses easily, and also excel at eating my brains. Luckily, aside from their great ability, it also has a clear weakness, which is Umbrella Leaf. Umbrella Leaf able to block rolling Mecha Nut, and most of their fusions can knock back nearby zombies. Now with that, we're able to defend this level. Although looking back in the footage again, I should have put the Umbrella Husk more ahead, because Mecha Nut actually has some variants that can carry ice or fireballs, which can roll further if it's on the slopes. And nearing the final wave, a Catapult Zombie crushes one of my Umbrella Husk, which coincidentally makes Mecha Nut entering on the first lane, nearly losing because of that. Level 42, we have a weird Pogo plus Melon hybrid, and becomes Pogo Melon Zombie, utilizing the power of Melon before we have a chance to use it. Now, what does the Pogo Melon do? When it first appeared, it will stay for 5 seconds, then it will do a big leap, instantly jumping for tiles. After that, it will act like a normal Pogo Zombie. Aside from that, Pogo Melon Zombie also has a ton of HP, 2470 HP to be exact. Although it has HP higher than Cob Cannon damage. But, Cob Cannon still able to one-shot Pogo Melon Zombie. How is that happen? It because Cob Cannon deals a special damage, called Cremator damage, that allows plants instant kill zombies, even though it doesn't has enough damage. But it only works on difficulty 3 or lower. On difficulty 4 or 5, Cob Cannon will just deal 1800 damage. And just like that, level 42 is done. Level 43, now the big boy Gargantua is here. And yet another level we're bringing Cob Cannon. I promise this is the last level I'm using Cob Cannon. Well, let me just speed up this level very quickly, because this level has 4 flags, and I really didn't have things to say too. Well, look at that, level 43 is done. Level 44, I think Zomboss already run out of Gargantua, since Gargantua already got obliterated from the previous level. And now we have Mecha Gargantua, I'll explain later. Since I promise I'll not use Cob Cannon, now we use Melon Pult. Now we find another plant to combo. At first I picked Umbrella Leaf for Pogo Zombie and Cherry Catapult, but I got rushed by Pogo Zombie, which makes my Melon Pult struggle real hard. So I replaced Umbrella Leaf with Jalapeno, fusing them and make Summer Pult, which able to throw hot flaming melons, and also inflict inflamed. Now, here comes Mecha Gargantua. It acts somewhat like Gargantua, but immune to most debuffs, which makes my Summer Pult less effective, and blocks attack while Cherry Catapult explodes my Summer Melons. So I tried Winter Melon next, hoping that Cryo System would help me, but it deals less damage and requires Frozen Zombies to be efficient, doing less performance compared to Summer Melon. Now that Summer and Winter Melon won't work. For the last resort, we have Golden Melon, which utilizes the money system. We can farm coins with Marigold and also make silver plants. The coins we collected can be used via Golden Coffee Bean, further upgrading silver plants into golden plants, improving their damage and also having abilities like plant food on PvZ 2. For Golden Melon Pult, it will scatter Golden Melon across the lawn. I also make Golden Pot, that acts like Tile Turnip from PvZ 2, triggering multiple golden plants abilities for less money. Now, I'm quite expected Golden Melon is good, but didn't know it was this great. Some previous issues I had just getting countered easily. Mecha Garg countered by high DPS abilities, and the Scatter Melon can just deals damage to Cherry Catapult. We can end this adventure in a golden victory. Level 45, a Conveyor level, so I just skipped this level. Well, that's all of the adventure done. But however, we have one last stop yet to face. On PvZ Fusion, there's a sixth world take place in the snowy lawn, with their own gimmick. Firstly, there's frozen plants spawned on the lawn, that both can be attacked by plants and zombies. Whoever side gets to break the frozen plant, they will gain an ally for their team, and we might want to break it fast before something like that happened. Now we have to deals on botany and some snow beasts. Now for this level I just use Fume Shroom and Gloom Shroom, just enough for some low HP zombies. And now for the final gimmick of Snow World. In a huge wave, a snowstorm will appear, freezing all plants on the field, which left me nothing to defend. Luckily I can just hammer lane 1 and 2, and let the rest with Lawnmower. Level 2, we have some old zombie and Snow Shield zombie. This level is probably bad for Snow Shielder, since I'm bring Cob Cannon back again. Now that we have Cob Cannon, finally we can break free the frozen plants. And this level is going too easy because Cob Cannon is up. And also use Chomp Mine since I can. Now about the snowstorm. Cob Cannon just able to ignore it, because big plants just built different. With that, level 2 is done. Level 3, the Snow Gang also acquired a trident. And I'm trying to use this new snow plant, Spruce Sharpshooter, a freeze immune plant that able to pierces multiple zombie. Not only that, I also able to do this. Now we have another big plant. Spruce Ballista shoots giant arrow that pierces and creates explosions. Now for the zombie, Frost Legion Trident Thrower. It acts the same like Trident Zombie, but it able to disable plants. After being disabled, the plant will take some damage, which is annoying. Well, I lose on the first try, since I'm trying to get used with Spruce Ballista. because I rarely use these snow plants. And probably you guys too, am I right? Anyway, back to the level. I find that 3 spruce ballista is just right, dealing explosion damage just enough to defend. And with some micro, level 3 is done. Level 4, we have snowball launcher and zomboni on a snow map. Pretty weird if you ask me. Anyway, as the level progress, the levels are becoming harder and harder. And there's snowball launcher. Shoots snowball constantly, similar to catapult zombie. But it also able to disable plants in a 3x3 area. They really giving us a lot of annoying zombie in this world. Even though spruce sharpshooter able to immune from disabled, but snowball launcher can just constantly hurting my plants and losing in the final wave. Now we will use to seed slot. And you'll know what am I bringing? Exactly, cob cannon. The hard carried in this video, with an additional jalapeno to counter snowball launcher, since snowball cannot disable hot plants. Although snowball can still hurt my plants, so it doesn't feel like a free level. Whenever the snowball launcher comes, I either sacrifice my plants, or just nuke it, makes the next wave spawn quicker. Makes it a lose-lose situation. But we still able to push this level through. Level 5, now Yeti joins the squad. And Yeti got some new abilities too. It still moves like regular Yeti, but it can disable plants in a 3x3 area. But it wouldn't matter because I use cob cannon again. Now let's look at the frozen plants we have in this level. We have 2 sunflower, 2 magnet shroom, and a potato mine. With the increasing threat, I utilize sunflower to increase my sun economy, which allow me to put kernel pult in front, blocking the snowball, but it wouldn't hold very long. And I'm also busy handling the zombies. Didn't have cob to free the twin sunflower. Less sun, less plant, and the rest is downhill. After trying several times, I decided to step back a bit and look at the frozen plants. There's one of plants that I ignore completely, which is potato mine. I can use my cob cannon, shoot it into potato mine, and it will make jalapeno mine, a mine that able to spread more potato mine. Now with that, I can just repeat the process. And it goes really well, melting all Frost Legion zombies in this level. With that, level 5 is completed. Level 6, now we need to face the most annoying zombie ever. And it's not even a zombie, it's a furling. A baby version of the snow beast. How come this tiny creature is annoying? It rolls up quickly, bashes itself into plants, dealing damage equal to their current HP. And it also spawn commonly almost like regular zombie, and able to wreck defenses easily if it comes in groups. So we forced to use Bamblook, our new snow plant, a defensive plant that does the same as furling. But however, bamboo shooter ain't performing that great. It shoots bamboo arrow, allowing to trade damage with its own HP. But it always wasted their HP on a low HP zombie, unless if you has a healing plant. So why now we try bringing a healing plant? Snow Lotus, using the power of ice to heal nearby plants. And we can make Bamblotus, having both traits of Bamblook and Snow Lotus. By just giving Bamblook regeneration, Bamblook easily becomes OP. And with Snow Lotus that gains HP instead of getting disabled, makes Snowball Launcher actually becomes our ally. And just like that, level 6 is done. Level 7, probably one of the weirdest level. They somehow decided to send only low threat zombies. So don't mind me trying a new plant. With the last failed attempt, let's try Spruce Ballista Fusion. By combining Spruce Ballista and Aloe Aqua, we got Atlantis Ballista. Shoots soaked arrows multiple times and has a chance to chill Snow World zombies. It's actually a decent plant with great AoE damage. But since I got spoiled by Cob Cannon in this challenge, that makes me prefer Cob Cannon over Atlantis Ballista. And Pyro Cob Cannon has better DPS than Spruce Ballista. Now for the finale, the Elder Snowfur is here. It will come naturally instead from frozen plants. And this level also has furling. which makes most strategy like Atlantis Ballista didn't work. So I'm bringing Bamblotus again, and surprisingly it got really close. In this attempt, I almost reached the final flag, but unfortunately Bamblotus cannot defend for too long, as this level are spamming Elder Snowfer constantly, and Bambluck are weak if against high HP enemy, even with zombie gloves and mallet. Only this attempt was my best run. So I use Cob Cannon again. Most of this video are just Cob Cannon being OP. Back to this attempt. I actually needed 3 seed slot to beat this level, using Pyro Cob Cannon to one-shot the Elder Snowfer, because Elder Snowfer able to ignore cremated damage. And lastly, I use Walnut instead of Bambluck, so I can turn Walnut into Flame Walnut, restoring HP in the process. Just like that, we're beaten the last level of this series. Level 9 took an interesting turn, where we have Snow Queen as a boss. But that doesn't matter because we're skipping this level. And we reached into the end of the video. Let's have a recap of the series. On the roof levels, probably didn't have much crazy stuff happened, because I use Cob Cannon all the time. As for the Snow World, finally has some challenge, having unique zombie and lawn effect, making me to use some other strategy aside from Cob Cannon. And that's all for this series completed. Wherever you come from the 3 parts of the video, I hope you enjoyed this series. Thank you for your support and I will see you on another video.